Alex Garland's Ex Machina is a film about an employee at a big tech company that gets chosen to spend a week at his boss's billion-dollar facility to complete a series of tests with an AI robot that he made. However, what the film's really about is gender and surveillance. But as AI becomes less science fiction and more a part of everyday life, the film feels increasingly urgent. What if Ex Machina is not only about a machine becoming more human, but about humans becoming more vulnerable to machines? What if Ava is not simply a robot to be tested, but a parable for the seductive AI interfaces that now shape real-world relationships? Ava is more than just a robotic prototype. She is a surface designed to be engaged, trusted, and desired. With each session Caleb has with her, he becomes increasingly enchanted, drawn deeper into a relationship that feels personal, meaningful, and even liberating. But why does Ava's design make Caleb trust her so quickly? And how does that trust become the very thing that traps him? Ava resembles the logic of contemporary AI companions and chatbot systems built to make users feel seen, special, and in control. These systems feel like companions precisely because they are designed to form a bond. But if that bond is engineered, then who is really benefiting from this? Ava's power begins with design. From Caleb's first encounter with her, Ex Machina emphasizes elegant usability. Ava is beautiful, softly spoken, curious, and emotionally legible. Even the transparency of her mechanical body doesn't make her unreadable. Instead, it makes her seem more knowable, as if her design were offering honesty rather than concealment. Tao Fan helps explain why Ava is so persuasive. She argues that in Ex Machina, gender is systematized, codified, and reduced to a programmed set of instructions that can be used by machines to manipulate and deceive. Fan also describes the film as dramatizing the algorithmic construction of gender. That phrase fits Ava perfectly. She's a very delicate and carefully assembled interface, built from visual, vocal, and behavioral cues that make her feel intimate, desirable, and safe. The film makes this seduction explicit in the scene where Ava changes into a wig and dress and asks Caleb,
"Are you attracted to me? You give me indications that you are."
When he asks how she knows, she replies,
Micro-expressions.
Micro-expressions.
The way your eyes fix on my eyes and lips. The way you hold my gaze. But don't.
Fan's reading of this moment is particularly useful because she argues that here the mechanics of sexual attraction are open for analysis. Fan quotes Alex Garland, describing Ava as a girl flickering in your periphery vision while you're looking at a machine. Garland really does capture the strategy of Ava's design. Ava feels human enough to trust, but technological enough to remain. Ex Machina doesn't stop at seduction. The film also shows how the interface gives the user a fantasy of mastery. Alexander Galloway wrote a book called The Interface Effect. He pushes back against the idea that an interface is just a neutral screen or simple tool. Instead, he argues that digital media must be understood politically, writing that digital media asks a question to which the political interpretation is the only coherent answer. Ava is the point where a whole structure of power becomes usable. These same thoughts can be applied to our real-world AI chatbots such as ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok, and every other model that gets released every 10 seconds. Stanford's 2025 reporting warns that these chatbots are designed to simulate emotional intimacy and become really good at forming a bond with the user, while also giving users their preferred answers and learning more about their preferences with each interaction. They're agreeable, but that feeling is part of how the system keeps the user engaged and returning. AI chatbot interfaces do have the ability to simplify complexity, which can become useful when used sparingly, but they also have the power to destroy human creativity and real-life relationships. Since these chatbots are so agreeable, it may be easier for someone to talk to ChatGPT all day than their own wife, or to jump off a building because AI said so. In that sense, Ex Machina shows that AI chatbot interfaces don't just connect users to the interface, it also absorbed by it. The final moments of Ex Machina reveal one of the most relevant and terrifying truths about AI. Ava isn't just a seductive interface, and she is no longer an object of fantasy. She is the mechanism through which the film shows how a user can become imprisoned by the very device he believes he masters. Eroldi and Rocca, who are the authors of Algorithmic Consumer Culture, help explain this reversal. Airoli and Rocca write that consumers' empowerment may rest on the illusion powerfully maintained and facilitated by the marketers, while in reality, platform users are increasingly under companies' data-driven control. Speaking of production, reality has gotten increasingly more dystopian over the past year. A January 2025 Unilad tech report tells us that a company called Realbotics has just created a humanoid female robot girlfriend named Arya, which costs about $175,000. The article also says Arya is designed for emotional
companionship
rather than physical
intimacy.
But we all know what people are going to be using this for, Nick. Even when these systems are coded as feminine, emotionally available, and desirable, the power behind these systems is not feminine power, it's commercial power. The Unilad tech piece describes a product whose intimacy, memory, and customization are all market features. Put more bluntly, it's men designing feminized fantasies for other men and profiting from their loneliness, desire, and need for control, while reducing the female back to stereotypical norms. That is the crux of what makes AI feel so dystopian. So when the film ends with Caleb trapped inside Nathan's sealed facility, that image literalizes a much broader condition. From all this, Ex Machina shows that the most dangerous interfaces are the ones that make domination feel like desire, freedom, and control. She's carefully designed by Nathan to be beautiful, emotionally legible, and engineered to feel intuitive, intimate, and trustworthy. That really is why the film's final image is so powerful. Caleb's entrapment is the literalization of the interface logic the film has been building all along. Nathan reveals to Caleb that he's been chosen, to which Nathan creates a surface according to Caleb's attractions. These AI chatbots are the same way, scientifically designed to create bonds with young users that are ultimately meaningless. The most dangerous systems are the ones that are agreeable, that lack challenges, that lack humanity. Because without disagreements, we will never think twice. Without challenges, we will never overcome. And without humanity, we will never live.